Hello, here to help you out a little bit with some bow maintenance and how to rosin your bow. Okay, so here's a little bit of information about rosin. Um, I was hoping I had one of the little tiny boxes. They're about this big, and it's the cheapest rosin that you can get, and it's not very good rosin. Okay, so I usually end up just throwing it away as soon as I get it. Some people get that when they just rent their violin because it's the cheapest one. Anyway, it's not the best rosin. These bigger boxes aren't quite as bad. They were like 450, 440, and 579. They're not bad, but they're not great either. So this one is one that I've had students get, and anything that looks kind of similar to this would be good. It's in a little pouch, and it's usually right around, I don't know, $10, $12. You don't have to spend a lot of money on rosin, but the more you spend, usually the better quality it is. Okay, this is well used. But I just want to show you how to rosin a bow. So here I have a bow, and it needs to be tightened before you rosin it. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get very much rosin on the bow because it's going to be hitting into the stick. So first of all, tighten your bow. Okay, so you should be untightening it, so loosening your bow every time you practice or play so that your bow does not get stretched out. Okay, it can actually ruin the bow and just is not good for the bow to have it never loosened. So you should loosen it just till there's no tension in the strings, but it's not like really loose, okay? Not gaping loose, okay? So here's how I rosin a bow. So you just take your rosin and you put it on the hairs of the bow, obviously. And you do want to clean off your bow, but not the hairs of the bow, just the stick. Okay, so here is, I'm going maybe 10, 12 times over each little section of the bow. And I want to show you the difference, okay? Okay, so there's the bottom part of the bow that I've already done. Look at the top part of the bow. Can you see that that's not as white? Okay, it's kind of a off-white ivory color. Okay, so we want to get it a little bit more of that rosin dust on there. Now if you're rosining and you are not seeing dust, you're not pushing hard enough. Okay, you've got to push hard enough on the hairs to make some friction. Okay, because what we're trying to do is get the rosin dust in between the hairs. Okay, so we want to make sure we're pressing down good and hard. Okay, go all the way to the tip, and then I take some nice big long strokes with the rosin. Okay, just kind of work it in a little bit. Okay, and now I've got a good amount of rosin on there. Okay, all the way through the bow. Now when you haven't rosined and all of a sudden you put rosin on it, you're going to notice that there's a difference in the sound quality of your instrument. And it's because you actually have created some friction with your bow hairs against the string. And so if you've never had a lot of rosin on there, it's just been kind of sliding over the top of the string and not really grabbing the string like it needs to. Okay? So I don't even know if you can see that, but there was a little cloud of rosin that came up as I was first taking that bow, and it's because there's a good amount of rosin on my bow. Okay, and that's okay. You just need to make sure that you clean off your violin, viola, or whatever, and that you clean off your stick when you're done as well. So how would you clean off the stick? Well, you just stick your little rag in between and just kind of go in between. Okay, so you're not touching the bow hairs. That's the other thing, is we do not want to touch the bow hairs with our fingers. Our skin has natural oils on them to keep them healthy. right? Skin is a little bit oily, okay? And so that oil and dirt can get on your bow hairs and make a big problem, okay? Because it won't take the rosin after it's gotten really dirty. So you might notice even sometimes you'll have some areas of the very, very bottom of your bow that get a little bit dirty. And that's pretty normal because if you're doing a good bow hold, you'll actually almost be hitting that bow hair with your thumb because it's so nice and curvy. See that? Okay. So hopefully that's helpful. And remember, loosen the bow when you're done. Okay. Just unscrew it. Okay. So lefty loosey, righty tighty. Okay. And I hope that was helpful. Have a good day.